Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the T.O.A Podcast. I am your host, Onvermel. Great to here today with the Zach Tower here in the house, the apartment, the home of the T.O.A.
How dare you give away our location like that?
Yes, the apartment. Yes, well, I forgot how few apartments there
You've
are in the
narrowed it
world.
down to a house or an apartment.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. There was, from what people have heard in the podcast, there was already a 98% chance we would live in an apartment.
Yes, the echoes really give it away.
We're like, well, I actually don't think there's that
Or the
many
lack
bad. I don't
of.
think that the echo's been that bad. But today we're not going to be talking about anything too bonkel. I might go into that, but today we're actually going to be talking about Lego and Minecraft, or Minecraft Lego.
Minecraft.
What there's to do with Lego. I mean, let's be honest. In the last about 3+ weeks, you and me have been on a Minecraft binge.
Yes, I'm not proud to admit it, but yes, we
Well,
are.
the last little, I don't always play it, but I'll kind of play for a while, then I won't play for months, and I'll get back into it. And this one's lasting a little bit longer because I actually have people to talk to about it now.
Yeah, we've got this cycle of pumping each other up. If we're both in the same mood, my mood fuels your mood, which fuels my mood, and it just keeps going until we both burn out.
I mean, I think the biggest one was more so I had a coworker to talk to now, which I probably could have talked to him before, but I never really brought it up with him. And Minecraft not only has a Lego theme, as I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of, but also Minecraft is a thing that lends itself to Lego builders extremely well because, well, you're building with blocks. I mean, it made sense why Lego made Lego Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's not a big secret.
It was certainly easy for them to adapt Minecraft into Lego.
Well, very, very easy. And I actually think they did a very good job. One thing I really liked about how they translated was the only thing for minifigs that they got a new piece for was the head.
Because the legs are already right. Realistically, they're pretty much a minifigure as is, except they're skinnier.
I was going to say, like, if they made them more realistic Minecraft people, it's like they would have to make a new torso. I'm like, they're already square enough that the arms is like, you know what, it's forgivable. They can actually hold enough utensils easily. And all they do is maybe make a new headpiece. And I mean, not many molds because, like, the head's the same mold for, like, everything else.
Yeah.
And then, like, well, I mean, there's all the weapon molds. But, like, there's weapon, armor, and head molds. But really, honestly, after that, it's like, even prints, there's not that many printed pieces in Minecraft. Like, it was probably one of the cheapest, like, license themes for them to make.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to see is actually all the Minecraft sets actually, like, all connected together. I've always wanted to see that.
Are they actually meant to all be connected
Oh, yeah,
together?
if you look at the bases, like, you can definitely tell that they're meant to be expanded on each other.
Oh. I mean, I just assume they're just kind of like a general scene.
But if you ever look at them, they kind of have, like, a puzzle piece-ness, like, to it, where you have, like, a plate and plate, but then, like, bricks sticking out that needs to be connected to another. And then there's even, like, one bucket set of, like, build your own adventure sort of thing. So if you have that, like, it'd be a lot easier. I always wanted to see what all those look like together and just have this giant expanse of creation. But working backwards on that, sure, Lego made Minecraft. And, well, I'm sure many Lego fans who have used Minecraft have probably made something Lego related in Minecraft. I have recently done this by making a couple old Lego castles in Minecraft. Pretty much using one of the standard Minecraft, blocks as a placeholder for a 1x1 space in Lego. So it's not a perfect match because also you can't get slopes or such. But because all these older castles are a lot more brick-based, and castles in Minecraft is very fitting. I used, in the early 90s, there's a small Lego sub-theme called Wolfpack, which I have a very personal attachment to. And I was wanting to I wanted to have all my wolves in Minecraft near a village, so when it got raided, I can have all the wolves be my army. So I needed to make them a doghouse. I'm like, you know what, may as well make a Wolfpack tower as their doghouse because they're a bunch of wolves. And I'd say it looks pretty good. I would say it looks pretty good.
Certain angles, certain distances, you think it's a thing, though up close it's harder to tell because, let's be honest, you don't get to see the Wolfpack castle at that angle.
And it's not like there's any, like, logos or anything.
Yeah.
But I will definitely say that it's really fun actually, like, creating the original yellow castle from, like, 1970 something, the 1970s or 80s, I can't remember. I think it was 1970s.
It's 70s, I think.
It was like 70s
I mean,
or something.
Blacktron 1 came out in 1988.
Well,
so
I know,
it's
but I'm pretty sure it's the 70s, late 70s, I think.
But, like, 1977, director and producer.
I own the set, but it's like being in Minecraft, I can basically, like, walk into it. Now, because I'm doing the one brick to the 1x1 placeholder, technically you're scaled down.
Yeah.
Because if you if you have the one
regular
brick,
1x1 brick is not a perfect cube.
pretty much a minifig is like 2 bricks wide, while Steve is 1 brick wide.
They get
So essentially you're scaling down, but however, because Lego castles aren't really like they're toys, so they're not like grandiose, you're almost making the castles a more realistic size. Like the walls are actually like walls.
Yeah.
So by scaling down by making it less accurate to Lego, it's almost making it more realistic, and be able to walk in it like in a 3D space is something I've always wanted to do with my Lego creations, which is why I'm starting to have the idea of making many of the Lego castles in Minecraft at some point, and especially Vladic's Fortress in Nether as my Nether hub to you Minecrafters out there. I think that'll be really, really fun.
I mean, I've heard that there are ways to do it, but I do find Minecraft tends to have some downsides. That it feels very like you're kind of restricted to like a medieval level of architecture.
I mean,
but that could just be our limited knowledge of the game.
I know that is basically where it's mostly directed towards, but there are plenty of people out there who I've seen basically make a lot more modern-esque houses, but you still kind of get like, I would say more like modern houses that still want to use like older materials. Some people can, but like I would definitely say the medieval aspect to Minecraft is one of the highest.
Current coworker of mine was telling me that you can build rocket ships and go to other planets. Obviously, redstone's involved, but other than that, I'm like.
And I feel like that uses different probably Minecraft servers.
As a guy who's got likes to branch out, I'd like to build a nice steam engine just to get it rolling along the rails.
Yeah, steam engine cars are something that they haven't really made yet because there's no wheels in Minecraft at all.
You could use the carts. I don't know how, but you'll build all the carts.
I've seen people make like models of vehicles that don't move, and I'm sure if you made something big enough with redstone, I'm sure you can make a working car. I'm sure you could.
I mean,
I'll admit,
beside Minecraft, which I can't fathom how that works, but it does. And
now I'll admit, as someone who may really like Minecraft, like I've really grown to really love it quite a lot, and I really do love Lego. I don't really care for the theme of Minecraft, but I've had the same problem with Lego Star Wars to some level degree. Don't get me wrong, I do really love Lego Star Wars, but after I get it and I build a model, those models don't stay built very long. I don't do anything generally with the Matrix. I just like having that collection.
Earlier sets, I do have an affinity for, but that's probably more the nostalgia factor.
Well,
but
definitely.
A lot of the newer, even, I would say once Peach became a thing, a lot of sets after that era have really don't stick around. Like, 2 sets I'm never likely going to break are the original Jedi Starfighter, because that's honestly probably my favorite Star Wars set I own, and then the original A-Wing.
A classic.
A classic. I would have kept the original TIE Fighter and Y-Wing, but that is way too useful in parts, and I have a little TIE Fighter with the Death Star and a newer version of the Y-Wing, so I was okay with that. But yeah, licensed themes, it's like, unless I have it might be useful, like it's like a generic looking spaceship, I can use it in a comic, but it's like all these weird battle droid equipment, I'm realizing I'm never going to use because my only story or comic that uses them predates that, and I haven't needed to use them at all, so they've slowly been being phased out into parts.
I regret nothing. For me, I think a lot of it, for at least like that, for particularly that part, stems from as younger, I didn't have like almost any Star Wars spaceships or like much Lego Star Wars to begin with, so I've always felt like I've been kind of like left out of that a little bit. So I actually have less of a nostalgia, but honestly, none of my old Star Wars sets are built. I still have some newer ones built because I keep them built more so because I like them as a Star Wars model, less as a Lego Star Wars set. Like, because I have a couple Y-Wings built and like a couple A-Wings. I'm like, I like these because I like having an A-Wing around. It's not like I like having my Lego A-Wing or anything. It's like, because if I had actual models of A-Wings, like a real, like, non-Lego models, I'd probably be more likely to break them because I'd have them about.
Yeah.
And even like Lego Star Wars I'm built. But going back to Minecraft, similar ideas. Like, you know what? It's really cool. Like I get a Lego Steve and I'd be like, oh cool, I got a Steve. Steal your purple pants for a Danju or army. And there was even part of me that's like, I really want to get like a full iron armor or diamond armored Steve for my collection. Then I'm like, why? I know I say that now, but then I probably wouldn't care after a while. Like, I have a creeper, which is fun, but I'm like,
see, especially now that I play Minecraft, having a Lego version of my current avatar, I like, because, we like representing our avatars or whatnot in real life. But, like, the actual set would be like, Minecraft's all about exploring, build, like, I got the figs. I see Minecraft as a parts pack. You just get a lot of parts, but you get like your special figs. So you like if you want to play Minecraft in real life, I mean, you could literally just grab a bucket of Lego and voila, he's in the Nether.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's like I think it was a good theme, and like I can see why people would like it. But for even for me, like I have like equipment. I'm like, but the problem is with Lego Minecraft is I can't really use it for much else. So, like those tools, what I'm going to use pixelated wooden axes for.
See,
Pretty much
that's where a
nothing.
skill comes
The
in.
only thing in any of the Minecraft parts or minifigs that I've used and anything else was I used a Steve head on a power miner fig because, well, they're power miners, they're miners, and it's called Minecraft. So of course I had to make one of power miner. Plus I have like so many different like weird power miner characters.
I mean,
I'm like,
I
of
got
course I was
a
gonna do that.
I got a Steve head in the girl's torso, whoever
Alex, I believe.
Alex torso. That's just on a random dude, and the head is on a somewhat less random dude. It's just like it's got like just a big space suited alien.
I mean, it's like I don't mind having a couple of them for the novelty, but let's be honest, with the amount of Minecraft sets there is, I know if I start picking up more Valley Village stuff in the future, I'm going to start ending getting more Minecraft stuff buried in there. Like right now, the kids who probably buy Minecraft sets are probably still going to have them for a couple more years. I give it like 2025 is when you're really going to start seeing them. You know, once they kind of get into their teens and be like later teens and go, I don't need my Lego
Are they
collection
still
anymore.
making Lego Minecraft, or they
I don't
discontinued
think
that?
so.
Okay.
The last Minecraft sets I remember seeing were like some like larger figures and some other sets, but I haven't seen anything new, so I'm assuming that line has come to an end. But at the same time, like I don't know how well the line sold. Like I think it sold relatively well.
It must have sold relatively well because we've seen it. If
Well,
it's something-
Minecraft itself had a big boom, I think, in popularity, like on its 10-year anniversary. Because like Minecraft used to be the like basically the biggest game. Then it got surpassed by Fortnite, and I believe Minecraft basically took back that throne, like relatively recently.
But like, I mean, obviously there's the connection. A lot of people know it, so they're gonna buy what they know. Because I mean,
But the thing is about Minecraft is, as I told this, I'm like, you know what? I think anyone can enjoy Minecraft because, as like one of my coworkers said, you can play any way you want. If you want to even a first-person shooter, there are different variations of the game and like stuff you can do. Like you can pretty much do like I'll say this. I played it so unusual that even when my the Lost Toa, because he started playing Minecraft actually way before I did, and I was talking about him this like when I started playing. He's like, "Oh, you haven't been to the Nether, done this." I'm like, "No, have you enchanted anything?" No, he's like, "Well, I haven't gone to the Nether." I'm just like, "I haven't desired to. I just been wanting to build up top." And so I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been to there plenty times now, but this is like I took way longer to do like basically make progression as most people would, and I'm like, I don't feel like I need to be put. The less progression I make, it feels like I can keep this game going longer.
see, the way I see Minecraft is, it was intended and
It's a sandbox game.
It's a sandbox. You go in there and you build, but like there's exploration because it's a basically never-ending world.
Yep.
And like you could just go in there, mine your resources and build, or you can go on a difficulty level and have to fight off zombies around every corner, or you could just go into free for all where it's all there ready for you, and you literally just have to build.
Yeah, and I think the freedom to. Well, I mean, the thing is, as a Lego builder, the reason why I wanted to play Minecraft is that I could just build whatever I freaking want.
See, and then, as a Lego builder, I understand that. Like, I can finally build an absolutely massive structure that I would never be able to feasibly do in real life. The problem now being, it's not in real life.
Yeah, like specifically like with it, like. But the thing is, it's not in real life. Unlike if we built with Lego, we can actually get that third-person perspective and actually be able to walk through it. So you have a bit of a trade-off, in all honesty.
And I forget what I was gonna say.
But it's like, and that's one reason why in Minecraft mostly I'm building castles, because as a Lego builder, one thing I've only like till recently have I kind of been able to do was build large, imposing castles, because for most of my years I didn't have enough like gray bricks or anything, so I could build like somewhat sizable, but like never anything that's like realistically sized, like good fortified castles. And like, and now I've gone to the point where I have a couple of castles that are actually I'm quite proud of, and actually like one of them is like actually feels like a good fortified fortress, while the other one feels a lot more of a more with a bit more flourish to it. But Minecraft is giving me an opportunity to kind of like expand that even further. Like, I have to say, I'm playing single player in Minecraft. No one else visits my world, and yet I'm fortifying my castles if there's other people there. Despite no one can break in, the zombies can break in, yet I'm fortifying as if they could.
And, like, the funny thing is, like, even if there were other players, unless you get certain high levels of enchantments, to what I understand, you have a pickaxe, you can get into any building.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fortifications really do nothing, and I think that's something that actually bothers me about multiplayer. Is like, you can build a fortress, but you can't actually keep people out unless, Chris, you...
There's a level of just, like, trust, I think, that multiplayer Minecraft Max, everybody's like, you know what? Yes. I mean, there's our people literally known as grievers, I believe, in multiplayer Max, who really go around messing with other people's stuff, like, breaking other people's stuff. Basically, the online trolls getting real. I don't know, I haven't ever played Minecraft with anyone else. I'm very much a solo player. But like I said, like, the fact that I can build stuff in Lego that I've always wanted, basically in Minecraft, like, yes, you're limited to pixelation, and, like, I mean, there's a lot more blocks than there were before, so it's like, I was going to say by color, and to an extent that's true, because the original castle from Lego was a yellow castle, because Lego Company didn't want to use gray, so kids didn't make tanks. They basically were trying to make, like, oh, if we make the castle gray, kids are just going to make tanks, because this was, like, the 70s, so the people ran it, so they changed their minds pretty quickly, because they're like, yeah.
We're going to make tanks exclusively out of brick.
Well, I mean, Lego was also, they had wheels still in leather sets, too, so, like, if you had great... True. Lego was very anti-gun.
And they still claim to be that way.
There's no
but it's
modern
kind of
weapons.
Funny.
So, they had a yellow castle, so I was like, sweet, a yellow castle Minecraft, that should be easy. However, the only yellow bricks that I have found you can make are yellow wool and yellow concrete powder. Now, the concrete powder, because it has the same physics as sand and gravel, I can't really do arches, so I had to have a mix of the wool and concrete powder, which doesn't look great all the time. Now, if someone goes up and says, Onvermel, you're an idiot, you can turn the concrete powder into concrete, I have yet to figure that out. Should I look it up? Maybe. But you know what? I'm okay with taking my pace on this, so if I look like an idiot to everyone here, deal with it.
We never claim to be connoisseurs.
And I will admit, I would love to actually be able to play Minecraft, like, with people in my world. Would I want to be, like, a giant group of people, like, everyone doing their own thing? Not necessarily.
A private little gathering.
But I wouldn't mind, like, like, 2 or 3, like, honestly, like, if me and Ek all had, like, a mind, like, be able to play Minecraft on separate servers or separate, like, devices and all on my world, I'd love that. I mean, I couldn't get that with you. You're just kind of sitting on the couch next to me and we can chat. So, I'm kind of getting
basically there.
All we need to do is Skype, Ek, and boom.
The only thing you're lacking is my assistance in digging ore that I don't want to help you dig.
That'd be fun, though, like, if all 3 of us were just, like, charging in the battle against... I mean, I was going to say, but the raiders honestly aren't that difficult to take on for me.
Honestly, I still think if all 3 of us are in the same game, we're all just
dying.
We're all just going to go off and do our own thing.
One of us is dying a lot. There's always the one person who dies all the time.
Can I say Ek just because he'll be the new one?
But he might also be the cautious one. I'm kind of the one who dies a lot, though. Do you know how many times I've died in the Nether?
That's because you keep going to the Nether.
Yeah, I'm an adventurous little bugger. But
and eventually, when looking for coal.
But I will say the reason why I never had any interest in Minecraft when I was younger. Even 5 years ago, I just thought it was like a weird game that I was thinking like, that looks kind of fun, but I was like there's nothing to do in it. But
I was wholly opposed to it as a principle, and the thing I only ever wanted to do, if I ever got it, was to build a absolutely giant fortress, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah, but the thing that got me realizing the potential to it was actually a Bionicle channel, TTV. Anyone who knows Bionicle probably knows TTV, and they had before they released their Biocraft movie, they were leading up. They were saying they were going to release it for years and years and years, and there were some points where they had, I think, showed some work while they were some streams or something work in progress or such, while they were just working on it, behind the scenes stuff, and just seeing them basically a couple of them just mucking about, having a good time, not really caring the world, just digging, blowing stuff up. I was just they made him. I was like. You could really do whatever you want in this game. It looks so much fun. And maybe because I was also just seeing people have with friends having fun time there, and definitely going into it, I'm like, you know what? I'm having a grand old time. Talking with my coworkers has been some of the funnest stuff. I mean, learning that I can use beds in the Nether to blow up stuff greater than TNT has been the greatest thing in the universe since sliced bread.
Quite entertaining. Just going to the Nether and using beds to mine.
I just love that you were using beds. I'm like, this shit. I know it's probably what the game devs thing is like. We don't. The thing is that you can't respawn the nether, so if you try to use your bed, it's going to blow up. But at the same time, it's like, sweet, we got greater mining abilities in the nether.
See, the thing that I find even more amusing than the fact that the beds blow up is the fact that they blow up more effectively than the TNT.
I love that. It's just absolutely.
I mean, one of these days I intend to get a sheep farm going, get some wool, create a bed factory, go to the nether, and just blow things up.
See, my next pretty much kind of project right now is like, because my base, my castle is never, none of the rooms has ever been complete. It's permanently in progress as I work different sections slowly. But eventually what I realized, I have all these empty rooms. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do with all these empty rooms? And I realized that I have many Lego themes that have unique color schemes and are very distinctive in those color schemes that I would love to be able to do. So I'm going to have rooms for like Mtron. I'm going to have a room for rock. A cave for rock raiders. I actually, underneath where all my farms is, like that cave, yeah. I think I'm going to put like rock raider colors, like maybe try to make the rock raider base in there, maybe if I feel a little adventurous. I was
going to say, like, you're just putting colors in there.
But the thing is, like, with I think some trees and fungus in the nether that looks like trees. You got like a turquoisey kind of brick, and then yellow I can get, dark gray, light gray, black. These aren't, and then like pretty much any trans I can get. So like, and so like I'm working on the hull of the Brick Father, which the Brick Father was a well, technically the character is called, when he was released, was called Brick Daddy, but I think promotional images called him the Brick Father because I always thought he was called the Brick Father.
We also might have just assumed.
But no, I saw like preliminary pictures, and I think on the original, like, he was originally going to be called the Brick Father. I'm pretty sure, but he was changed to Brick Daddy, or that, or I just misread it the whole time. But for whatever reason, I've always called him the Brick Father, and his color schemes were black, purple, trans yellow, and gold. Very easy stuff to get in Minecraft. So therefore, I was like, I wanted this giant hole with giant pillars, and it's going to be the hull of the Brick Father. And then after that, I was like, what? I want an Mtron room, a Blacktron room. I would like a rock raider room. Thank you very much. A lot of space, because space has the most distinctive color schemes. And then I kind of want to do, because this is all going to be inside the castle. The outside of the castle, I'm like, do I want to make it like have blue roofs, bit of tan, make it look like KK1 from the early 2000s? Because honestly, as a Lego theme, KK1 is one of those themes that I do really, really like. There's like one of the earliest themes I had. It's always had a special place in my heart. And I actually one of the most recent castles I built recently was KK1, and one of the few Bionicle mocks I built that doesn't actually technically fit in my Bionicle universe is a contraction figure version of Princess Storm, which is from a KK1.
Yep.
So obviously this theme has a special place in my heart. It's right there behind the beaten thumper. What the frick does that even mean?
I don't know.
I said in my heart, but when I said behind the thumper, I was talking behind the heart. So I have a second heart behind the heart.
I don't recall you being a Time Lord, and even if you were, that's on the other side of your chest.
I blame this drink.
This man should not have one drink.
Yeah, it's 7%, it goes a long way. That 7% goes a long way.
That extra 2%.
But, it's the only thing that I haven't quite brought to Minecraft yet is actually anything Bionicle related. I want to have, like, basically some mosaic of a Picari somewhere in it.
Which is interesting because, let's be honest, what basically made me want to do Minecraft is essentially a Bionicle fortress. Pretty much,
yeah. You're pretty much straight for the Bionicle. Me, it was more so... The thing is, the fact that Bionicles are so much bigger, it's like, how do I make... Bionicles aren't known for their buildings, their structures, as much. No. They're known for the characters. Now, if I want to do something Bionicle, I'd be like, I'm going to build Tower of T.O.A. I wish I build Tower of T.O.A. in Minecraft. That's an idea. Ding, ding, ding.
I was thinking just building literally a statue of Tahu or Liwa or something.
I don't have the skills to make statues yet.
Paul.
Look, the only statue right now I want to build is use a bunch of copper to build a Statue of Liberty and watch it slowly turn green.
Greeny.
I do want to do that. Well, the thing is, if you leave it out long enough, maybe it might go forward.
Well, there is a Lego Statue of Liberty.
So I can just steal that.
So you have a blueprint.
I would go for the original one, because there's actually been a newer one later, I think.
The original is because much more bricky.
It's a lot more bricky, so it's probably a lot easier to do one-to-one ratio.
I was thinking, like, if you want to do a statue of a T.O.A., just put a grid over the character and grid it out. And
so basically a pixelate in the wall.
Yeah. Though trying to make it 3D is going to be a little more tricky.
I mean, I'm sure I can come with some really rudimentary one where it's like, got some red blocks in the feet, some orange blocks in the legs, and like you look and go, yeah, that's Tau. Is it trash? Yes, but I know it's Tau. It's Tahoe trash.
I think it's Tahoe. It could be
Or you go to the
Toa.
horizon, you just get your draw distance, and you see this like giant, like 200 block tall Tahoe, and go, oh shoot,
This guy
did
had
it.
way too much time on his
Oh, by the way,
hands.
I'm doing this all in survival, not creative, because
You're weird.
no, there's a challenge to it. Then
See,
I just
look,
wanted to. It's fun as creative looks. I have so much like I feel like if I'm doing creative, I'm cheating. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this survival by myself.
I see Minecraft as a building game, so I'm here to build. I appreciate the mining aspect because it makes you feel like you earned your construction, but I don't see the need for villains when I'm not there to. If I want to fight something, I'm going to pop in Jedi outcasts. That's where I go to kill things. I'm not here to kill. I'm here to just mine.
I also just like
construct.
going around. Like, you know what? I also like the fact that there's villains because like, or like the mobs because I'm like, you know, like I don't feel like building. I don't really feel like mining. I feel like killing, adventuring. Like I say, I like the fact that I can whack stuff with a sword. Actually, that was probably like one of the original. That's the reason why I don't think I actually did much progress, because I got this so much. Actually, that's the reason why I die a lot, because I like attacking stuff. I just like killing stuff in Minecraft. It's just fun to kill. Because it feels like I'm a kid whacking lightsabers at villains. It's just like, whack, 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 whack. It's what I've always liked.
Die.
Because, like, unlike other games, like, let's say, like, Jedi Outcast, like, there's a bit more of a challenge. And sometimes, like, you die a lot more. And here it's like, I know I can pretty much take anything on. Sure, I might die now and then, but, like, I know I can take them on. I just feel OP, and it's really fun, especially now that I got my netherite armor. It's like, which is purple. Also, once I realized, you can just dye all your sheep purple and get purple wool that way was the greatest day of my life. That took me way too long to figure out, by the way.
I never thought to think, oh, I should just dye my sheep.
Well, I think I remember hearing about quite a while before that you could. The thing is, I don't look up that much stuff online to figure out what you can do in Minecraft. Like, there's certain things I look up, but for the most part, I'm kind of just figuring it out as I go.
The way it was intended.
Lately, I've basically been asking more stuff about my coworker, going like, okay, I've been being stumped like that. Okay, the most embarrassing thing was how long it took me to realize to make a book. Because I didn't have like almost any sugar cane around me, so I couldn't make any paper. And so I was like, how the frick do you make a paper to make a book? To make a bookshelf? To enchant? This is why it took me forever to enchant. And then someone told me, like, you need sugar cane. I'm like,
oh, you mean the stuff I don't have any
it
of.
all makes sense now. So, like I said, certain things took me too long, but I don't really care. But anywho,
Anywho's.
like I said, I like Lego builders.
We can appreciate
It's like gives
it.
you the fantasy. It basically is like if I had a Lego holodeck, to some extent.
Nah, if I had a Lego holodeck, I wouldn't be going with castles.
I would still be going for castles, but then I'd move on to spaceships and mechs, and perhaps bionicles.
Bionicles would be my first visit.
Yes.
Quite.
Oh, that came up quite up the upper area. But this has been the T.O.A Podcast, and I have been your host, Onvermel, and my good sir, I believe we are retiring from the night.